An ad strategist surveyed his audience, got 3 clear problems back, picked the biggest one, and built an entire webinar around it. Spent a couple of $1,000s driving traffic, got plenty of leads, people showed up, but nobody bought. Not a single person. Then he changed one thing, spent the same amount on ads, and the next campaign, sales flew out from day one. He ran that campaign for over 18 months and saw significant amounts of sales coming in. 3x his ad spend. Same audience, same product, completely different result. I even bought from that campaign the second time I saw it. I really just want to unpack and I want to show you a simple filter that he used that tells you which messages in your marketing will produce buyers and which ones will attract tire kickers. And I'll walk you through 3 real world examples so you can help apply this to your business today. I'm Ant Hodges, author of the book Simplify the Funnel and business simplification expert for over 20 years. I've been helping businesses online and offline generate over 76 million in revenue, along with results for myself. And the biggest lesson from all of that, the businesses that win aren't the one with the most complicated systems. They're the ones with the clearest message, aimed at the right people. In my book, Simplify the Funnel, I teach 3 core frameworks. Seed marketing, and that's for building your expert positioning. I then teach the minimum viable funnel for creating the simplest path from your audience to a sale, and selling without selling, which is a conversational framework that's helped me close 90% of my sales conversations. What I'm sharing with you today connects all 3 because your message, if you get it wrong, can be the issue. It doesn't matter how good your funnel is. It doesn't matter how good your content is. If you're attracting the wrong people and wondering why nobody's buying, it's clearly a message problem. If you don't have a copy of my book yet, please jump over to Amazon where you can get the Kindle or paperback, or grab one at simplifythefunnel.com hardback. There's also the Seed Marketing Planner. I've put the link in the description, but everything that I'm about to share with you builds on what's in that book. So let's get into it. Here's what happened in this story. I was listening to this at the weekend. An ad strategist by the name of Jason Harang, awesome dude, proper knows his stuff when it comes to paid advertising. And he shared this concept that just kind of stopped me in my tracks. He surveyed his audience, ran proper research, asked people about their problems, their frustrations, and what they're struggling with, similar to how I suggest you get an understanding of the frustrations, fears, and aspirations and needs of your target audience. You see, he got 3 messages that came back. Taking the one frustration that had the most people say it was theirs, he then spent a couple of months building out a webinar and a funnel. He paid a consultant tens of thousands of dollars to help him with the webinar itself, then spent $2,500 on ads to drive traffic, and leads came in at the right cost. He's an advertising guy. He knew what he was doing. People registered. They showed up. The webinar was solid. And then nothing. No sales. 0. He was gutted. And his first instinct was the same as most of us. He thought, I probably need to re-record the webinar. Something must be wrong with the presentation. But instead of doing that, he stopped and he sat and looked at the data from that survey that he got and asked some better questions. When he looked at those messages again, he kind of thought, hang on. And that was the moment. The biggest problem that came back in the survey had no urgency, for people to solve that problem. It was a future thing, maybe a one-day thing, and something that they might register free for a webinar about, absolutely, but something that they'd spend money on, probably not. And that was the answer that he was looking for. He needed to know who his buyers were. So when he was looking, and he could see from the frustrations that had been shared who buyers would be, it was a much smaller frustration in terms of the number of people. But it was, a match, because it was something he could fix and something they wanted fixed now. So he made one change. New ad, same audience, same budget. This time, the message was focused on the now issue, and the sales started to come in from the webinar. The same product, same funnel, different message. So here's the important thing for all of us to learn from this. In Simplify the Funnel, I talk about understanding your audience across 4 different dimensions. Their frustrations, the pain that they're feeling right now. Their fears, the pain that they're worried about in the future. Their aspirations, the results they'd love to achieve, and their needs, what they actually need to take action on to get those results. Frustrations, fears, aspirations, needs. All 4 are useful, and you could create content around every single one. That's seed marketing in action. Content that positions and seeds you as an expert, builds trust, and moves people closer to you. But having taught this kind of stuff for a very long time, here's the one thing that slapped me round the face like a wet fish this weekend. Not all of those messages produce buyers. The buying message has 2 characteristics, and it's just 2. It's current, and the problem is today. And, they're not having to think about maybe doing it at some point in the future. They're not planning for it. They're really living it. And it's urgent. They need it fixed, not next quarter, not when they get round to it, not when you've got something that both is current and urgent. Listen, they want it sorted right now. When you've got something future or hypothetical, you've got a tire kicker. Someone who will consume your content all day long, freebie hunters, and they won't spend a penny. But this is why the first question in Selling Without Selling framework is so important. What's bugging you right now? The key word is now. That one word filters out the tire kickers before the conversation even starts, because you're asking what's current. And if they tell you something with real urgency behind it, then you know you're talking to a buyer. If you want to learn the full Selling Without Selling framework, the 7-step conversational process that's helped me close over 90% of my sales calls, head over to sellingwithoutselling.com. I'll pop the link in the description. It will change the way you have every sales conversation moving forward from this point. But let me make this video practical for you right now, because I want you to be able to use this filter in your business today. Let's walk through the 3 different types of businesses that maybe could use this and see how it plays out. So let's say you're an email marketing consultant. You help online business owners get better results from their email list. You survey your audience and you pay attention to what they're saying in your DMs, your comments, your sales calls, and you might hear them say 3 things. I don't really understand email marketing. I want to grow my email list, and I'm sending emails every week and my open rates keep dropping. Now, which one of these is a buying message? The first one, I don't understand email marketing. That's probably a person who isn't sending emails at all. And there's a knowledge gap. That's a future problem. There's no urgency. It's a great topic for a blog post or a YouTube video, but it's not going to sell your program. The second one, this is more of an aspiration. I want to grow my list. It's something they like. And, it's they kind of want to grow their list actively, but they might be struggling right now. And that's two different things. This person might sign up for your freebie. They might follow you, but they're not in real pain because they are kind of growing their list a little bit, but they want to grow it more. The third one, though, I'm sending emails every week and my open rates keep dropping. That person, that's the buyer. They're watching their numbers go down. Every email that they send underperforms, costing them sales. It's current. It's urgent. That is your buyer. So if you're an email marketing consultant, your offer message, your sales page, and your ads should speak to the person who is sending emails and it's underperforming, not the person who wants to learn about email someday. Let's say you're an online fitness coach. You help busy professionals get in shape. Your audience tells you 3 things. I'd love to be fitter. I don't know where to start with the exercises. And I've just literally put on 30 pounds in the last 6 months and I can't fit into my work clothes anymore. Which one is the buying message? I'd love to be fitter is an aspiration. Almost everyone would say that. And it's so general. There's really no urgency behind it. It's like saying, I'd love to travel more. That's true, but nobody's booking a flight based on that feeling alone. I don't know where to start with exercise. Again, there's a knowledge gap. It's the same as the email marketing example. They're not currently exercising and there's no pain happening right now. It's a future problem. Again, great content topic, but not a sales driver. But I've put 30 pounds on in the last 6 months and I can't fit into my work clothes. That's current. That's the person looking in the mirror in the morning, not being able to do their clothes up easily. They've got meetings this week and they're uncomfortable. The pain is happening now. And the urgency just got worse, not better. That's the message in your sales page. That's the problem that your offer solves. That's the person who will pay today. One more. Your audience comes back with this from a survey if you're maybe an online piano teacher and you help adults to learn to play. The first, I've always wanted to learn piano. The second, I don't know how to read music. And maybe the third, I've been trying to learn a song for my daughter's wedding in 3 months and I can't get past the second verse. We've got it. It's the third one, isn't it? The third one says that, the person is trying to learn a song for their daughter's wedding in 3 months. That's current and urgent. And it's probably as urgent as it gets. There is a deadline. There's emotional weight behind it. They're practicing and failing and they need help now. Not someday. That's your buyer. That's the person who will happily pay for an accelerated program because the cost of not solving the problem is standing between an amazing wedding wish that they want to bring and they wish that they probably could have done something about it sooner. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. When you gather feedback from your audience, whether that's from surveys, sales calls, DMs, comments, or conversations, you're going to get a full range of responses: frustrations, fears, aspirations, needs. All useful, all worth creating content around. But when it comes to your offer, messaging, your sales page, your ads, your emails, that all lead to a sale, you need to find the message that passes this filter. Is it current? Is the person experiencing this right now? And is it urgent? Do they need to solve it quickly? If both answers are yes, then your buying message is there. Build your sales message around that, not the biggest slice of the pie in terms of the results you see on that survey graph. That one's current, but maybe not as urgent. You might find that the buying message comes from a smaller group of people, and that's fine. A smaller group of buyers will always outperform a massive group of tire kickers. This is exactly why I've built the Selling Without Selling framework. It's that very first question. It's designed to surface, this kind of message from and sift it when you have that conversation. It filters for what's current and urgent, what's bugging you right now. The full 7-step framework is what's helped me to convert 90% of all my sales calls since around 2016. I triage all my inquiries, so I really only speak to the right kind of people, and I talk about that in the training. And then I use this 7-step framework. I've packaged the whole thing together in a training, and you can go through it today. Just head over to sellingwithoutselling.com and grab the training. I'll walk you through every step of the framework so you can start having better sales conversations this week. And if you haven't actually picked up my book yet, head over to simplifythefunnel.com. It covers everything from building your audience to creating your minimum viable funnel, closing sales without feeling pushy or like that used car salesperson. It's the foundation of everything that I built on. I want to thank you for listening today. If this was useful, please drop me a comment or a review. Tell me, what's the buying message in your business? I'd love to hear what you come up with when you run your audience's responses through the filter that I've shared. Simplification is the way for all of our businesses to succeed moving forward. We can escape the cult of hustle and complexity, subscribing at notifications of future content that I'll drop here, all aimed at helping you simplify your marketing and your business. I've been Hodges, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.